Hey, everybody. I hope everyone is thriving. Look, today I want to talk to you about why I avoid people. Not that I don't love them, but you have to avoid people at some point in time in your life. Now, at the ripe young age of 54, you've learned so many lessons over life, or at least you should have. And I've definitely had my fair share of life lessons, and I've learned from them. And I like to just pass on some of the information that I've garnered over the years as I sit outside and enjoy my lovely balcony, which is a part of why I enjoy my solitude and why I simply have to avoid people. Listen, don't get that twisted though. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I don't like people. I'm just saying at this point in time in my life, I avoid some, let's say the toxic ones, like the plague. And life is so much more enjoyable when you eliminate the toxicity from it. When we're young, we don't recognize it because I try to instill this in my daughter all the time. And she gets it. She really gets it. Not everybody that you come across is your friend. As a matter of fact, most of the people that we come across, we mislabel them, and they should be labeled as maybe associates. So I get it. When you have a job, you acquire new friends, or they befriend you, or you befriend each other. But in all actuality, they're really just associates. So we tend to misclassify people, and I think for the most part, most people, they were never really your friends in the first place. They were just simply associates. But again, we use that word loosely. And I understand why. That's just how we raised. Oh, this is my friend. It's just a term, just like when people overuse the word love. Well, love is an action word. People misuse it or overuse it, and the action doesn't go along with it. But anyway, talking about avoiding people, for me, what I've learned, when you avoid situations, being in solitude, being loving on yourself first and foremost is important. So that way, when you are alone, you don't feel lonely because you are your best friend. If you are not being a friend to yourself, how do you expect other people to be a friend to you? Or how do you expect to be friends to others? Now, we're not talking about having friends, because what we're talking about is avoiding toxic people. And one of the reasons why I chose to just start to avoid people, because people will use you and suck you dry. They're unappreciative, and then they kind of become entitled. And so then you invest in all of this energy and nothing is being reciprocated. And then the scales become unbalanced. And that is where resentment starts to kick in. So here's the deal. If you don't play the game, you can't lose, right? Because if you're playing with the opposite team and they already come in with ulterior motives or toxic energy, they're going to win every single time because they not playing fair. You playing fair, and you come up short. You come with the short end of the stick. And that's not what you're trying to do. But I just find that, so in younger years, I had obviously a lot of friends. Well, not obviously, because even some people that are young um, didn't have a lot of friends. But I can't put disclaimers to every single statement that I make in this video. So if it applies to you, fine. If it doesn't, that's fine. You can leave your comments in the comment section. They are welcome. I welcome all comments. So I'm just going to speak. And I don't want to have to keep attaching disclaimers because, of course, not every scenario or situation is attached to every individual. But for me, I grew up, I had in younger years, teenage years, a lot of friends. And then early adult years, a lot of friends. But what you don't know is during this time, that circle is big, but not everybody was actually a friend. And then you have people just in that circle just side eyeing you, and you just being nice, you know, being an empath, welcoming people, open arms, non judgmental. And yet there was always a couple of people in that circle that didn't like that for whatever reason. Your bubbly, outgoing, nice, warm energy was just rubbing their soul sucking vampire energy the wrong way. And you're not even knowing this. I've had people in my circle that dislike me, and sometimes you don't even have a clue that these people don't like you. You just living your happy life, sharing your information, your business, thinking that you are being a great friend, being helpful, and the whole time they not feeling you like that. But you don't know that because you just so blissful and in your happy state, you're not picking up on that. That's where discernment comes in at. But sometimes discernment comes in later on as we get older. But anyway, moving on. So as you get older, though, the circle starts to get smaller. My circle did anyway. Because here's what happened. I started really paying attention. Because here's the deal. Let's say you have a group of friends, right? Let's say one particular friend is not with the group that day. And somebody else in the group decides to, kind of talk about a little bad about the person that's not there. And you looking like, so then you get to realizing, well, if they talk about this person that's normally in the group they're not here today, but they talking about this person, what are they doing when I'm not in the group, when I'm not around? Talking about you too. So the way they do one is the way they're gonna do all. So you learn that lesson over time as well. But anyway, just avoiding people. Here's the other thing with that. A true friend will understand if you tell them, look, I need to disconnect for a few days. Not about you. Because sometimes we have to disconnect and regroup, recalibrate. I call them the re's, R-E, reassess, reevaluate, and then later on we can reconvene after I've gone through all my re's and gotten myself back together and regrouped. But the thing is, a real friend will understand that. And we're lucky in life if we get at least one good friend in our lifetime. But that doesn't negate the fact that sometimes, even with that, solitude is key. There's nothing better than a peace of mind. Because when you're dealing with toxic people, or a lot of times just people in general, sometimes you get tired of having to run information or run ideas past people. And then you get into this tug of war where, let's do this, or no, let's go do that. Or I don't want to do this. One person got an attitude. It's just so many different energies to have to deal with, to where you'd say, you know what, I'm going to take a step back. Y'all go ahead and go do that. I'm going to sit this out. Or you just disconnect altogether. You have to start cutting the cords with people, because I know emotionally we get attached. And a lot of times we want the company and we want the friends. So this is for people who are like that. Some people don't have a problem with cutting cords, walking away, Some people have come into the realization that what is this thing called friends really? Are they really a friend? Were they ever really a friend? To eliminate all of those questions that go swirling around in our head, just eliminate the whole situation. It's okay to be by yourself. It's not lonely. Now, I had to learn this over the years because before, you wouldn't be able to pay me to go to a restaurant and sit by myself and have lunch with myself. So, I never really looked at it like, do you not like yourself? Why you can't go chill with yourself? I was just always used to having friends or people around. Now, granted, some things I could go do by myself. Like, I go to the nail shop by myself. Never had a problem with going shopping by myself. But to go sit at a restaurant, I thought that was the weirdest thing. It's our minds. Imagine what our minds think half the time. I always used to have a problem with that. But as I got older, I realized there's nothing absolutely wrong with that. Honey, now I will go to a restaurant by myself, enjoy my meal, talk to myself, and just have a good time. And then here's the other thing with why sometimes you just have to avoid people. If you're anything like some people, you don't have to worry about loaning money. You don't have to worry about giving rides. You don't have to worry about babysitting. I used to have this one friend that would call just to dump her emotional trash on me. And I just started thinking, and that was the only time she would call, just to dump her emotional stuff on me. Never, hey, well, how you doing? How you feeling? How's life going for you? I would only get the phone call when things were not going well for her. So I cut her off years ago. But it was an emotional roller coaster every year. So she would call, and then for whatever reason, the friendship would go dormant for many months, and then she'd pop up out of nowhere again. But it was always the same story, and I always bit because I was hoping that maybe she had some good news to share this time around. So I would always, okay, answer, take her back in, talk, get the information, and it was the same story. And this same person would always pick at me and tell me how I wasn't a good friend. So it always puzzled me. So I used to have to tell her, if you're saying that I'm not a good friend, right? Okay, I get that. In your mind, I'm not a good friend. Why do you keep coming back to me? Cut your cord, keep it moving. Don't keep coming back to me. But every time I looked up, for me to not be a good friend, per her words, she was always back on my phone. And so just years of that emotional roller coaster. Who needs that? I didn't need that. I was being a great friend to her. I was listening to her toxic life, her disappointments, whatever it was she was going through. I was a listening ear all the time. So it was disparaging for me and my character and my emotional stability to let her dump that on me and me keep taking it. So when we talk about avoiding people, I was like, oh no, I can't do that no more. So I eventually shut it down altogether. And so that's the way it was. So I had to do a couple of people like that. Because the other thing is, people will take your kindness for weakness. I'm here to be kind. I'm here to, I'm the friend that's going to give you positive reinforcement. I'm going to try to inspire you, motivate you, to do better, see how I can help, what can I offer in your life. I'm a big believer in, if I'm going to be in somebody's life, I'm going to bring positivity. If not, if I'm bringing out the worst in you, then why we don't need to do this dance, and I'm not going to dance with you. So those were, a couple of examples of things that I've dealt with, and why, as I got older, you decide what is best. You have to start to decide what's best for you. Peace of mind is what's best. I don't have time. I don't go back and forth and round in circles with people. Listen, there's a saying, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? I want to be happy. So if you're a person that wants to go around in circles, we're going to have to agree to disagree. If you want to be right about the situation, you go ahead and you be right. But I'm finna go on over here and I'm finna go left and I'm finna go do something else. And then that rubs people the wrong way. They get mad because they want to keep you entangled in nonsense. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe in being entangled in nobody's nonsense. I want to be happy. Listen, I got more years behind me than I have in front of me. But praise the Lord, amen. I'm in the second half of this season, and I want this season to be nothing but prosperous. I want it to be glowing. You know what they say, a glow up? I want to keep glowing up from where I've been to where I'm headed to. And if I have to do that in solitude, then so be it, because it's so peaceful when you are in your zone. And then that's the other thing. Just avoiding people, you get to do whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, whenever you want to do it. No strings attached. No comments, no questions. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that way? I get to do what I want to do. I don't need nobody's input or advice unless I ask you for it. So now you get to find out more about yourself, things that you like to do. You get to go within and just inhale, exhale, nothing but goodness and greatness. Inhale, exhale, do what you want to do, feel how you want to feel. Like now, I get to sit out here on my balcony with my tea. The weather is beautiful. I don't have nobody on my phone complaining about anything. I can get up, get myself together, go off to the gym, work out, get in the pool, the jacuzzi, the sauna, and just enjoy myself. I don't have to rush to go do anything. My children are grown, and I get to enjoy myself. So solitude, a peace of mind, living your life to the highest degree, doing what you love, not worrying about answering to anybody, no criticisms. You don't have to worry about taking no knives out of your back. And you just want to live a glorious life. People, and then, that's the other thing with people nowadays. They don't like to speak. They will avoid eye contact with you so that they don't have to speak to you. Because I be trying to look, I at least want to say hi. I mean, I might want to avoid you, but I mean, I'm not trying to lock you in as a friend, but at least, the eye contact and speaking, saying hello, there's nothing wrong with that. But attaching and all of that, I'm over that. I enjoy myself. You don't have to worry about falling out with nobody. You don't have to worry about no arguing, no compromising. Been there, done all of that. Being to yourself, minding your business. You learn over the years. I mean, you let me know in the comment section. Weigh the options, the pros and the cons. And if you have a couple of friends, wonderful. But my circle is like a dot. and thank God I didn't have a huge family that I had to, go through cutting people off or eliminating. My family is extremely small. Even though even in small circles, small families, you still have to cut some people off. You have to disconnect and cut off unhealthy attachments. That's what I do know because they cause stress. And I'm one, I live a stress-free life. And when you don't have a lot of people in your ears and a lot of noise going on, you have clarity. You can think. But when you have a lot of people around, all these different energies sucking your energy, it's just clutter. I don't like clutter. I like clarity. Now, granted, I love everybody, but that don't mean I have to deal with everybody. So being alone and avoiding people, I don't have a problem with it. I'm very nice. I'm very cordial. I like coming on here, doing these videos, talking to you guys, sharing my experiences. I know everybody has a difference of opinion. That's why the comment section is there. Speaking of comment section, I welcome you to leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the video. Do you avoid people? What is your take on life, friends, or otherwise? I really would like to know, but keep it cute if you can, because we nice over here. Blessings to everybody. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Be safe. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the notification bell as well when you subscribe. That way, when I put out new videos, you'll know and you can watch it and listen, and share the video also. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video, because I know I will sit here all day and continue to talk. But listen, at this age, 54, I don't know what you've been doing with your life. Life is probably wonderful. Life is wonderful. Don't get it twisted. But we have to continue to garner and protect our peace, because you get to letting people in, and they get to looking around your soul, seeing what they can snatch from you. I'm not dealing with no soul snatchers. I'm all right. I'm over here. I got a wall of protection around me, and I am my best friend. I am my biggest fan, and I love me some me. I hope you love you some you too. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Look at this beautiful view. It's so lovely today. All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye.